Day, the 7th day of June, former Mahama appointee Asante Beekon ekupie ewo court. Ni nyina ne say Mr. Asante Beekon has been declared wanted in the United States for allegedly paying bribes to Ghanaian officials from 2015 to 2016. Now on Friday, thanks to the lawyers, were winning part of his appeal, but still, Asante Beekon faces extradition to the United States. Asante Beekon was charged with 6 offenses in New York in 2020 relating to his time working for Goldman Sachs. He appealed against the decision to extradite him at London's High Court last month after a judge sent his case to British ministers in 2023. Although the appellant was based in the UK at the time of the relevant conduct, the conspiracy was entirely international in nature. Asante Beekon, now a former appointee under the John Dramani Mahama administration. Na okopie mu e London court. Di nyina ne say ya hwehwe no den e wa America brochima mu say watuatua ademude e de ama Ghana government officials between the years 2015 and 2016. 2015-2016 under the erstwhile John Mahama administration. Now, on the lawyers koye appeal. Now, appeal no koye no, oma we any part of the appeal. Oma we any part of the appeal. Ne sanity. Still, Asante Beekon faces extradition to the United States to be prosecuted. Now, over the 6 offenses and the ball no, way back in 2020 in New York, nani nyina related to a break akra or yejuma edema campaign your friend Goldman Sachs. Now, appeal no oye ewo the London's High Court. Now, court ni chiremu a omo relevant conduct ya omo eyeye no nyina no chese conspiracy in the whole bribery and corruption case no na international in nature. Now, Beekon's lawyers said he could not be extradited in relation to 3 of the charges, which allege that he willfully failed to file a report of foreign bank accounts in the US, as the allegation was not a criminal offense in Britain. They also argued that Beekon's alleged offending took place in Britain and in Ghana, meaning he should not stand trial in the United States. Judge Charles Bond ruled on Friday, the 7th of June, that Beekon should not be extradited to face the 3 charges of failing to file reports of foreign bank accounts. The judge said Beekon would otherwise be at risk of being convicted and imprisoned for conduct which would not amount to an offense in the United Kingdom. However, Bond rejected the rest of Beekon's appeal, which bordered on 3 charges of money laundering, bribery and corruption, illicit trade of money, meaning he still faces extradition. Although the appellant was based in the UK at the time of the relevant conduct, the conspiracy, I believe, was entirely international in nature. The judge, Bond, ruled. 86 charges na de ebo no and na on the lawyers eko soriti ya mutre se boni bi wo ha wudia na o yuka abruchimemu a enye boni but otra de kwa America abruchimemu a eye boni. Into 3 of the charges ena judge ni a owo London High Court ya ono na ehwe asemi Charles Bond echiremu a those 3 of the charges ni de waje atum enye boni ewo United Kingdom but oko US a yebetumi a convict him. No, the other 3 of the charges here a border on 1 money laundering, 2 bribery and corruption, 3 illicit trade of money in the very relevant conduct and the years I mean by tell you obotugua enye the judge no will say and now such charges me and say ya ni happy na to me amount to ntino still Asante Beeko faces extradition to the United States to face these 3 charges. Judge Charles Bond also said that the U.S. securities regulator on Thursday officially charged Beeko, a former employee at Goldman Sachs, who is the former head of the Thermal Oil Refinery, for arranging at least $2.5 million in bribes to be paid to Ghana government officials to gain approval for a client's power plant project in 2016. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission said Asante Beeko arranged the bribes for a Turkish energy company to funnel the money to a Ghana-based intermediary, which then paid the local officials. Beeko helped the Ghana-based intermediary pay more than $200,000 in bribes to various other government officials and personally paid more than $60,000 to members of the majority of Ghana's parliament and other government officials in 2016. The Security and Exchange Commission U.S. statement read, added that Beeko took deliberate measures to prevent his employer from detecting the bribery scheme. The Ghana government officials, along with companies, are not named in Goldman Sachs documents, but are captured in court documents. From approximately 2015 through at least 2016, the relevant period, while employed at the subsidiary, Beeko schemed to bribe various Ghanaian government officials so that a client of the subsidiary, a Turkish energy company, would win a contract, the power purchase agreement, to build and operate an electrical power plant in Ghana and sell the power to the Ghanaian government. The U.S. Security and Exchange Commission's complaint alleges that Asante Beeko, a former executive of a foreign-based subsidiary of a U.S. bank holding company, arranged for his firm client, a Turkish energy company, to funnel at least $2.5 million to pay illicit bribes to Ghana government officials in order to gain their approval of an electrical power plant. As alleged in the Security and Exchange Commission's complaint, Beeko orchestrated this scheme to bribe high-level Ghanaian government officials in pursuit of firm business and his own enrichment. Beeko's misconduct was egregious, and individual accountability remains a key component to our crime enforcement efforts, said Charles King, Chief of the Security and Exchange Commission Enforcement Division. The firm's compliance personnel took appropriate steps to prevent the firm from participating in the transaction and that is why the firm is not being charged. The Security and Exchange Commission's complaint filed in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of New York charges Beeko with violating the anti-bribery provisions of the FCPA and federal securities laws. The SEC is seeking monetary penalties against Beeko among other charges which he can be convicted. The Security and Exchange Commission's case is being handled by Asita Obeyisekeri and Paul J. Block of the FCPA unit, and Kathleen Shields, Mark Albers, Marty Haiti, and George Rifferson of the Boston Regional Office of the Security and Exchange Commission. Enti former Mahama appointee Asante Beeko ya, according to court document, utia bribe edema high-ranking government officials then. Yana, the NDC was in power. John Dramani Mahama was the president. Bribe of $2.5 million. And an idea, London High Court Justice Charles Bon actually said 3 of the charges there na appeal no ayejuma, but the other 3 ya a border on illicit transfer of money, bribery and corruption, and after money laundering there omucho monye. It is still obetumi face extradition to the United States to be charged. And no, and the Security and Exchange Commission ewa America brechi be mu achechiri mu kwan ya ofa asutu ya $2.5 million at the bribe Ghana officials just to secure power plant project for the Turkish company. We are said to another $200,000 in bribes to various government officials. To $60,000 in bribes. At the majority MPs in the Ghana Parliament. In 2016, the NDC na majority in Parliament. According to the court document, omuji $60,000 as bribes to ensure se sa Asante Beeko ne subsidiary company ye Turkish firm and ebe win contractor omode ebe build the power plant no masan ton power no the ama the government of Ghana according to the court documents a Turkish company. Na ni nyina ma de ye ne say company kro na ofa so di tuatua sa bribes no o che say o kata no to a, in fact the employer and to me detected this entire bribery scheme international. Ti wey mu any idea former Mahama appointee Asante Beeko aye needie wo do ni chire mu London High Court Justice Charles Bon chire mu a he is still in line to face as extradition to the United States to face the other 3 charges. In out of the 6 charges, 3 have been dropped. The other 3, according to Justice Charles Bon, will be to me.
This is the problem we are facing. I have been sending some messages out. Yeah, regime change. I can't blame them. There are media houses that are championing regime change. There are personalities that are championing regime change. My only plea to them this morning, the media houses and the personalities championing regime change. I don't have a problem if you want John Mahama to come back as President of the Republic of Ghana. But I beg you, tell John Mahama that the only thing that will give him victory is that he must respect the body and the soul and the spirit of the NDC.
Enya wan wase e bia wonko ana saade hawo.
Enya me ko me. Enya me ko look. Yeah, e bia kokwa nyi do na sebe necessary ahobrate mu me wano and na me kasa. Kwame, I move around the country and people are worried. And I make say me my Jumama candidate pen. My Jumama president pen. Kwame, let Isaac and your people go and check. Google or internet or if you can check, we never issued any statement. Anna President Mills, another candidate Mills, Eddie also, NDC logo, it is not that. Look, Yekai. Baumia, for want of a better word, Baumia is worshipping the MPP. When I use the internet, for want of a better word, but what Dr. Baumia?
But sir, he is coming on the strength of the party.
America, he's worshipping the MPP.
But
is your mama worshipping the NDC?
Kwakwe, what be because I said there be a attacking. Ebia NDC for now no or almost strategy. Papa no or you popular. Now or you popular no.
Kwame.
What projecting the image?
Popular, and you say even in the last election, Central region, NDC, you will need 13 seats. So we have more seats than the MPP in Central region. Go and check the presidential votes. John Mahama won only in 4 constituencies in the Central region. Go to the Northern region, Northeast, 6 seats. MPP, 4 seats. There were 2 there. Over Northern region proper, 18 seats, and then the Chimpe, 9. Go to Savannah, 7 seats. There were 4. MPP, there were 3. Okani Buma. MPP has 1 more seat ahead of us in the 3 northern regions combined. ABC that. ABC under the Rollins, ABC under Adamel. Oko Volta region, and then we have lost 1 seat. Hawkwe, Apitamo, and we are dropping numbers, Kwame, presidential votes. Yeah, I don't think that in the coming election, the MPP being another seat account. But the presidential votes are dropping. So where is the popularity?
But baby, to say how I say no, I'm saying a voter apathy.
But voter apathy is part of the electoral process. The voter apathy is part of the electoral process. The empower them in the end to Mao, by the end to the other party. But the other party don't go for no turn. Only we they have won. Kwame, and that is my biggest worry. 32 years. We don't celebrate John Rollins properly. We are not remembering Atamil properly. So beg you.
Minimum sir, and Rabie, Ayadaya, Sandy Paubo Mudin, they will be eulogized.
Well, I have not seen anything to that effect.
Be a one cobintia.
Well, Kwame, Anka Muye, Bibi Papa Dia. I remember the last time them said, Yako Ashama, Yako Ye celebration bill. I was there, I was Deputy General Secretary. And Kwame, yes, Obi Chiri John Mahama, but John Mahama, Yensada Yensayi, Kotojeku from Yepaucho. The spirit and the soul of the NDC does not belong to you. Remember those who brought this NDC party about. And that is all we are asking. When you don't mean contesting your mama flag bearership. I mean contesting a flag bearership. But baby, all the party neko. So they won't carry a big for. Look, the MPP, they have their Dankwa Buzia tradition. I may not like Dankwa. I may not like Buzia. but NPP forces Dankwa Busia. When was the last time what is John Mahama Akujina Bedi? Abo Rollins D? Abo Atamils D? No.
Ebia asamuna Emma Nika. Dina ontimi mo mudino.
And I'm saying from a political communication point of view,